Affirmations and meditations for relationships. Take a moment to meditate and be really honest with yourself about how well you are doing in response to when your partner is having a triggered trauma response from your sex addiction. How plugged in are you with your partner if they are distant? They seem like they are obsessing, or they're in their head, or they seem agitated. How good is your awareness at noticing when your partner is potentially having a triggered trauma response? If they say they have had some sort of a trigger that is sending them into a obsessive place about a time when you were sexually acting out, do you drop everything for 2 minutes and empathize? Do you look into your partner's eyes, maybe even touch them to get their attention, to bring them into connection with you, and say, I am so sorry that my acting out has caused you to now have this kind of a reaction and an obsessive thought? Do you say, I will do anything to help you to heal from this? Do you need to talk about this? Do you need a hug? Do you need me to remind you that you are the person I love? Do you need me to remind you that that's when I was acting out because I didn't know how to be intimate, how to cope with my feelings, how to deal with a conflict? Instead, I would just act out. If you have a few minutes, do you prioritize sitting and talking if that's what your partner's needing? Or do you get defensive? Do you feel pressured because you have to be someplace and you don't have time for your partner's emotional reaction? Or are you thinking to yourself, if I'm nurturing and supportive, this will only reinforce my partner's emotional upset. I don't want to feed into that. If you're responding more on the defensive side, know that every time you show up and are empathetic and take ownership of the trauma that she's experiencing, the faster she will heal. There are exceptions to the rule where a partner is truly not getting better and continues to escalate because there's been a lifetime of trauma before you and your partner doesn't have the resources and is not learning skills about how to regulate their emotions. If your partner is working on themselves, then it is incumbent on you to also help your partner to heal by every time they have a trauma response for you to be empathetic and to prioritize their feelings for a few minutes. Even if you have a busy schedule and you have to head out the door, you can still say a few nurturing things and make a promise of return for the end of the day to talk more about it. Affirmations. Today, and from this point forward, I am committed to being a relational hero, which means that when my partner is having a trauma reaction from my betrayal, I can actively help to heal my partner by being empathetic and good at assessing when they are in a triggered space. I can be proactive and ask them. I can be proactive and apologize for the hurt that they are experiencing. I can ask them what they need if they know. I can offer a few suggestions of a hug, of reminding who I am now and who I was when I was acting out and the difference. I can be generous with my time, energy, and attention to my partner, knowing that it'll probably come back double-fold to me.